Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to walk through my preferred settings for DVD as well as additional external settings for streaming DVD. Stay until the end and I'll also show you how I clip my content whilst I'm streaming live. First things first, head over to the DVD settings and then go to graphics and video. Make sure to check your screen size. For some reason, my game was at 1600 by 900 for so long and I have no clue why. You can change your game to full screen and then adjust the settings to your preferred screen size. And if you want to keep it at full screen, you can, but I prefer to have windowed because it's so much easier to tap in and out with streaming or just generally gaming in like Discord and stuff. Next, you want to make sure your screen resolution is at 100%. Aspect ratio and auto adjust are personal preferences. Mine are just set to these. I limit my FPS to 120 and I turn off VSync, but that's just like personal preference. And then my quality is set to ultra and my gamma is 2.4. This is like slightly above the middle default 2.2 gamma, just to make it a bit brighter for myself because I struggle to see sometimes, but also it's brighter for other people as well. Next, under post-processing, this is where most of the controversy comes for DVD settings. I personally have all of these settings off. I find it to be a lot crispier and like sharper, but some people like anti-aliasing, some people like XES mode. Play around, see what you like, turn it off and on, see if you prefer it or not. Lastly, this is not required but can be useful if you're streaming. Under the accessibility tab, I make sure to have my visual heartbeat on just so myself and viewers can see like when I'm in the killer like terror radius or in chase and all that stuff. And then I also do in-game text. These are my subtitle settings. I personally always put subtitles on regardless, but it is kind of a good thing for streaming as well. This is all the settings within DVD itself. Next, I have additional filters for OBS, which is just for viewers to just be a bit nicer for them to watch. Whilst you're in OBS, this is gonna be a little bit fucky to watch, I'm sorry. Have your game capture, you wanna right click and go to filters. So this will come up. I have two filters here, which is sharpen and color correct. Sharpen, I just increase very slightly. You can play around, increase it a bit more or less. I think because I have anti-aliasing off, I don't need to sharpen it that much, but you can if you have anti-aliasing on. Just play around with it and see what you prefer. And then color correction, these are just the settings I've done, so a slight increase in various things. DVD is meant to be obviously a little bit dark and spooky, so you don't want to completely change the vibe. Some people do, but I prefer not to. So you can play around with these until you find something you like, but don't go above and beyond and completely change the game. But yeah, that's the DVD settings I use. Now I'm gonna show you how to do replay buffer. So for clipping your content whilst you're streaming, you're going to want to set up replay buffer. This is an OBS thing, so if you're not using OBS, I don't know how it will work for your platform or whatever software you use. But this is a button you activate when you're live or even offline. So if you're playing with your friends, if you have OBS open, you can just press start on the replay buffer and it will capture content. But when you press the button or like your keybind button, it will create a replay of the past few seconds up to a minute. So it's basically like similar to like Medal is a clipping software or anything. I think NVIDIA do have something similar, but this is just all in OBS. So first things first, you want to go to your settings and then output and replay buffer. So firstly, enable it to activate the replay buffer, and then you can set your replay time and your memory. I think this is a play around and see. I tend to like overclip to make sure I get the parts I want to clip. So I do 40 seconds so it's not too long, but it still gets everything that I need and a bit of like leeway either side to cut down. And then the memory, I've just kept it because obviously if you're streaming and you have this active, it's like a recording in the background. So it does put a bit of work on your PC. So it's just to be careful about like not overloading your PC. I've crashed a couple of times because the memory I didn't realize was very, very high, and the clips were basically massive, and it was like overloading my PC, so my stream crashed lol. So yeah, I've capped mine at 150 and I have not had any issues since, so you could do the same, or if you want them to be smaller, you can do that as well. And then the other key important thing, haha, is the keybinds. So if you head over to hotkeys and scroll all the way down to replay buffer, you'll see I have two keybinds here. So the way replay buffer works is you need to press a key and only that key for it to work and capture the content. So if you're running in DBD, you would have to stop pressing any other key like the shift key and W, press your clip key, and then go about your day and it will clip. But the issue is that you're in chase. That's a free hit for the killer. We don't want that. That's awful. So thanks to my lovely friend who figured this out for me, Joboas, shout out. If we set up a secondary keybind, which is shift plus your chosen keybind, it allows you to clip whilst you're playing normally, because usually with DBD, you're always holding shift in some manner. If you're looping, you're probably holding shift. So this means that you can just simply press your normal key. So for me, it would be 3. If I'm in chase with the killer, I'm already holding shift. So if I press 3, the clip command works and I don't have to pause the chase or like just stand still. It works normally and it's really great. I've chosen 3 because it's very close to the WASD keys and it doesn't interact with any of like the DBD emotes or like keybinds. So it's a very safe button to press mid-chase. But you can put this as whatever key you want. So you have your clip key, which is 3, and then the alternative, which you just add with this one here. You add another one, put it in, and just have that as shift plus whatever your key is. So then you have 2 options. I did clip a couple of things with killer, but I would say maybe because you don't hold shift, I believe, with most killers, you could add a W3. But that's what I do. So hopefully that works for you too. That is all the settings I use to stream and play DBD without it looking so doom and gloom. Hopefully that is useful to you guys too. If you want to see any of these settings in action, make sure to check out my weekly highlights videos. That's me clipping my content and also updated graphic settings. Some of my older videos are an example of DBD with no filters or no adjustments on OBS, and they are questionable. So my recent videos tend to be the updated settings, and I think you can definitely see a clear difference in quality between them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was useful information for you guys, and let me know if it works or if there's any other settings you think would be useful for me to know or other people. Drop them in the comments below. Let's help each other out and record amazing content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.